Hello everyone, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and we are on to the letter D. There are 23 days to Samhain, or to Halloween, and so we're on with the flashcards through Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. I will have to say that my favorite day with blonde hair with no dreads has been today, when I realized that I had this headband and I kind of look like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Just saying. So let's move along. Before I hop into D, oh, I'll do that in a separate video. Okay, let's hop into D. Very early in the morning for me here. I've been up late night doing blessing in some herbs and doing some rituals, etc. So it's been a fun morning for me. Nice to see everybody here. And let's get started with the flashcards. Okay, so we've done A, we've done B, we've done C, and now today's D. This is day 4. We're starting with daffodil. Okay, daffodil. Daffodil has 3 magical intentions: a planet, an element, and a gender. Okay. It is a poison. And I wouldn't have known that daffodil was a poison, especially because in Alice in Wonderland, that's funnily enough that I just talked about my hair in Alice in Wonderland and the daffodil, but it just all clicked together. Oh no, it's Willy Wonka. Don't they eat buttercup candies in Willy Wonka? And isn't that all a little bit about tripping out? Just saying. Maybe daffodil, after a little bit more research, is the type of poison that is psychedelic. So daffodil's energies are love, fertility, and luck. The planet is Venus, the element is water, and the gender is feminine. So daffodil, a poison. I think one of the most poisonous letters so far that I've written out in my flashcards has been H. Last night before I went to bed, I wrote out H, all the H cards. And it was one after another were poisons. And I've been wanting to make a poison oil. Alright, next in D, Daisy. Daisy is also a poison. Yeah? D's had a lot of poisons as well. That's right, because we have like Datura. Daisy has 2 magical energies. Okay, and a planet, an element, and a gender. So if you guys want to give some guesses on Daisy in your head to build your intuition before I reveal what the energies are. And for the Daisy, it's love and lust. The planet is Venus, the element is water, and the gender is feminine. Daisies are beautiful flowers. I dry as many flowers as I can because I just love using them in workings. And you can always find them in Scotty's book. Next we have Dymania. Okay, I have this herb, but I don't work with it a ton. 3 magical intentions: a planet, an element, and a gender. I want to say hi to the folks that are here, because when I started there weren't anybody here. Hi Whitney, how are you? Hello Saffron. Saffron, thank you for joining Patreon. It was so great to see you this morning. Whitney, thanks for being a long-time patron. And Brittany Humphrey, thank you for the recent working and Patreon. Daisies are one of your favorites. Yeah, daisies are great. A lot of people get daisy tattoos and they don't know why. Or they want tattoos of certain flowers and they don't know why. And I think it's because you're drawn to that energy, but you just don't, it's just like when you're using a candle for color magic. And you don't exactly know why you want to use that color, but that day it resonates with you like that. You can use color magic with intuition. Absolutely. That's how Tequila uses her color magic when she talks about it in her videos. And she's my main mentor besides Scott Cunningham. I just released a Patreon video. Patreon and Etsy are below. Showing how I bond with Scott Cunningham at like 3:30 in the morning. So Dymania, there are 3 magical intentions: a planet, an element, and a gender. We have lust, love, and visions. The planet is Mars, the element is fire, and the gender is masculine. I don't really understand. So everybody wants me, nobody's complaining in the video or anything, but everybody wants me to sit on this side so that you can see me and then also see the, hi Katie Ross, and then also see the stuff on the side. So let me try and change what I'm doing here a little bit. There we go. So we did Domania. Common herb, I think, for a lot of magical practitioners. Easy to find, as far as I understand. Next we have dandelion. This is one of my favorites because it's wild around here, as well as the fact that, like, it's cheap and easy and it's a weed, you know? She's just a weed. Maybe she's a weed. Get her out of the garden. Oh yes, Alice in Wonderland. Alright, so for dandelion we have 3 magical intentions. And a planet, an element, and a gender. Hey Heather Foley, nice to see you. Yeah, I added the dandelion to the king crown that I use for spirit communication and duality, because, as we'll read on here, one of the spiritual, or the, excuse me, the magical intentions is calling spirits. So when I made Kitty, that mink skull on the front, you guys who have Patreon saw this working. I made a mugwort king crown for duality. Hey Debbie, how are you? So good to see you. Dandelion. So we have divination, wishes, and calling spirits. Jupiter, air, and masculine. I always feel dandelion is really, really, really a big abundance and fertility one though, because when it goes to seed, and that's when I like to use, you know, I'll pull the leaves and use the leaves. I'll pull the yellow flowers and dry those. I'll save a whole bottle of when they've gone to seed and they're ready to float away. Because in each different stage, the dandelion has different magical abilities to me. And when I do a book on my herbal intuition, so it'll be like Scott Cunningham's green book, but it'll just have all my intuition stuff. We'll talk about dandelion root, dandelion leaf, dandelion in the yellow form, like the flower form, and dandelion in the seed form, because they all have so many different abilities. And when I gave Kitty that crown, it was dandelion yellow flower and then dandelion seed, so that when she wore it outside, her intentions that she was thinking in her head would be connected to those dandelion puffs, the seeds, and in the wind of the night they would blow off and her intentions would be planted. Okay, so I think the dandelion seed is so flipping maybe underrated for those little, you know, abilities. And we've always known to take a dandelion that's gone to seed and blow on it and make a wish. So there we are. Next we have Datura. This is an extreme poison. Y'all, this is extremely poisonous. It has 3 magical intentions, a planet, an element, and a gender. I was lucky enough to have some of this sent to me by Joyce Jordan. And thank you again, Joyce. I have used it once, and it was amazingly powerful. And she's going to be sending me some other bits from her garden after she is able to harvest them. Moonflowers are a form of datura. That's good to know, Whitney. Thank you. I didn't know that. Katie Ross has always loved dandelions. That's great. Datura is hex breaking. It's good for sleep and good for protection. The planet is Saturn. The element is water, and the gender is feminine. And next we have Deer's Tongue. There are 2 magical energies here, a planet, an element, and a gender. We have lust and psychic powers. Planet is Mars, element is fire, gender is masculine. Devil's Trumpet. Oh! Alex has Devil's Trumpet. I think we might have like 40 blooms dried. I mean, that plant produces like no other. It's an extreme poison. Alexander has it. And so if you guys need Devil's Trumpet, I don't even know if it comes up in here. Nope. Nope. Because Scotty goes from Devil's Bit to Devil's Shoestring to Dill. So Devil's Trumpet isn't in here. But Alexander's growing it. And I have so many dried trumpets. And they're big. Got about 40 from this year. So I'm kind of hoping he leaves that plant with me. But we'll see. Alex, if you see this video, you can leave it behind. Alright, but y'all, if you need some, just contact me in the Etsy below. Patreon's down there too. Devil's Bit. We have 4 magical intentions for Devil's Bit. And then just a gender. There's no planet or element. I've always called him Alexander. Alex Juckshy Farms. Yeah. Alright, so we have magical intentions, exorcism, love, protection, luck, and then the gender is masculine for Devil's Bit. And I guess it's easy to remember that the gender is masculine because the devil is supposed to be a man, right? A male energy. So we have Devil's Shoestring, or at least in Hollywood. I mean, I don't really know. Devil's Shoestring has 4 magical intentions, and then it doesn't have a planet, a gender, or an element. For Devil's Shoestring, we have protection, gambling, luck, power, and employment. And that is all. Dill! I did a humongous dill video last summer with my beautiful dill plant that Alex grew for me. And check that out. It's 30 minutes from like 11 or 12 books, I think. And good one. Just YouTube search taxidermy witch plus dill plus witchcraft. Alright, protection, money, lust, and love are the 4 magical intentions. The planet is Mercury, the element is fire, and the gender is masculine. Looks a little bit phallic, so that makes sense. Alright, Dittany of Crete. Never worked with this one. 2 magical intentions, planet, element, gender. Dittany of Crete. Manifestations and astral projection. Venus, water, feminine. Dock. Dock. D-O-C-K. 3 magical intentions, planet, element, gender. Dock is good for healing, fertility, and money. Planet is Jupiter, element is air, and gender is masculine. Daughter. Not, this is my daughter, but daughter. Daughter. 3 magical intentions. I've never worked with this one. Planet, element, gender. Love, divination, not magic. Saturn, water, and feminine. Next we have Dogbane. There's no planet, element, or gender. There is only 1 magical intention, and that is love. Dogbane, love. We love our dogs, don't we? They're such beautiful creatures, and they show so much love to us. Just remember, Dogbane. That's all it is. Dogs are just love. Right, next we have Dogwood. 2 magical intentions, no gender, no planet, no element. The 2 magical intentions are wishes and protection. Next we have one of my very, very, very favorite things to work with, which is Dragon's Blood. 4 magical intentions, a planet, an element, and a gender. We have love, protection, exorcism, and potency, meaning that you can add it to any working to make it a higher potency, which is how Lady Gravedancer has always suggested it in her workings from what I remember hearing. And then we have the planet is Mars, the element is fire, and the gender is masculine. Makes sense, because it's a big red rock. You know, fire, Mars, masculine. Just like those spicy spices we decoded when we were going through the letter C yesterday. Next we have dulse, which is a gorgeous purple-red seaweed, almost this same color here. And you can find it at Whole Foods, and you can find it out in nature if you're in the right part of the world. But Whole Foods is best if you're in the United States or some other like place to get dulse, Amazon, whatever. 2 magical intentions, a planet, an element, and a gender. The planet, element, and gender all make real sense to me, and I'll tell you why. 2 magical intentions are lust and harmony. Okay. Moon, water, feminine. This makes sense because dulse is a seaweed, which is just amazingly blessed over and over with each moonlight. In the water, which is the element, moon is the planet. And feminine, I've always seen the sea as a feminine energy. Me, myself, and I. So dulse. Lust, harmony, moon, water, feminine. Just imagine it basking in that ocean. Alright, Dutchman's Breeches is our last letter D. It has 1 magical intention, no planet, no element, no gender. Love. I really encourage you guys to make your own magical flashcards, just like I'm doing here. You know, having on one side in color the word so that you can see this side, guess what you know, this will help you build your intuition and then build your herbal knowledge. So you look at this side and you guess the magical energies. You guess the moon, you know, the planet, the element, the gender. And then you begin to learn these over time by using the flashcards. This is a way that you can study on your own. This is always how I studied in school. This is how I got a 4.0 in massage school, etc. So thank you for joining me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, while I woke up with you guys this morning, like the sun was coming up as we were doing this video. Kind of cool. And we did the letter D in witchcraft and herbal alchemy. Hey, that rhymed. Have a beautiful day, you guys, and I'm sure I'll see you again before the day's done. Kiss, kiss, ta. Thank you so much.